Was my delivery really as bad as I said it was?
It was really bad.
Oh.
One time you were at, I think it was a volleyball something at school, and I had to throw up in the parking lot because I had a hangover.
You should have wanted me to end up with a Jewish person. Canadian Jewish person is a slam dunk. Welcome back to another episode of Just Alex. I'm here today with my mama.
Hello.
Hello. You know, lucky you are going to get a Mother's Day present that's really good because I have this whole new appreciation for moms.
You've always given me great Mother's Day presents.
I have always killed the Mother's Day presents, which thank goodness I have. Otherwise, I would just be filled with remorse right now. But I'm like, oh, you know, and I want hair.
Now you're getting one.
I know.
Yeah.
What are you getting me?
I don't know. I thought about that. I was like,
Oh, yeah. I looked over the other day because I was talking about Mother's Day, and I saw Harrison Googling, when is Mother's Day?
But see, Joe never has given me Mother's Day until recently.
Really?
Yeah, because he was always like, you're not my mother. And I was like, that's such a dick move.
I'm a mother.
Yeah.
I'm the mother of your
kids.
Yeah.
He didn't figure that out till later. I think you probably said, Dad, that's mean.
Yeah, everyone needs Mother's Day.
But when they're little, it doesn't matter anyway, because all I wanted was like breakfast in bed.
Yeah, breakfast, and we always did breakfast in
Yeah.
bed. And no, but don't you think Harrison should give me a Mother's Day present? 100%, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because he's in the room listening, so I think we should say yes.
Now, I don't know what I think about this push gift.
Okay.
I think that the baby is pretty much the gift.
Here's what I think about push presents.
Yeah.
Once being pregnant, I was like, whoa, this is harder than I thought. I want that push present. Then I researched how much it costs to have a baby.
And that's the push present.
And I'm like, we can't really do both. I mean, you could do both.
But what's the point of it?
Well, it's just
here's what I got when so-and-so was born.
Like-
Well, it's kind of like, no, you had a baby.
like, thanks
That's the
for
gift.
having the baby. No, but once I was like, when I was in bed for the 20th week of throwing up, I was like, what are you getting me for my push present?
How about if he just helps you out when the baby comes home? That's nice.
No, but he should. That's required. That's normal behavior, is helping me out when the baby comes home.
Okay, whatever.
I'm
Whatever
down.
you guys do, that's fine.
Well, then, there's the baby moon, there's the push present, and then I'm like, and
Wait,
then
is the baby moon before you have the baby?
Yeah. And then I'm like,
Yeah, why do you want to go on a trip when you're that far along?
I don't.
I think you'd rather have it after. Anyway, you go on so many trips, it wouldn't matter.
Well, then I was thinking too, I'm like, this hospital bills, can get pretty hefty. Like, some people are saying it's $8,000, some are saying it's 15, and I'm like,
I think you should just pull up your insurance and see what it is. It'll tell you.
I know, I'm just like one click away from that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's also expensive. Like, having a baby is just expensive. Then I thought I would
That's nothing compared to what it's going to cost the first year.
That's what I know. We're
And the
trying,
next year and all the way till they're 21.
trying to budget that right now.
$1 million baby.
$1 million. It's just like, we're trying to figure out all of those things. But I know the push present, the Mother's Day, I mean, it's just like constant.
Mother's Day is a good gift.
Mother's Day is a great gift.
Yeah,
And
I always thought Joe should give a good. And he did sometimes, but not all the time.
yeah, but I always got you great ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, today's episode is me and Mom chatting about why she's here. Maybe she's helping us pack. How awkward was it when I told her that I was pregnant?
Extremely.
How excited she is now.
Very.
And she's giving you the whole episode at the top. Parenting fails, mine and hers. Hers is better than mine. And advice from Mom about how to be a mom and the importance of family, which she will nail into my head.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you're in New York.
I'm happy to be here.
No, you're not. She said yesterday, I could never live here again.
No, I couldn't. It's exhausting.
So why are you here?
I'm here to help you get packed up quickly
Yeah, because you're
and
here-
organized.
organized, and we're doing some laundry, but we're packing. We're down to 3 places. I've sublet my apartment.
You didn't give yourself much time.
No, it just kind of, because I'm up against a real life clock of a baby arriving. So I
Yeah.
thought, what better way to put pressure on the pilot, aka Harrison, than to just have the apartment packed up.
Yeah.
We're moving because we got the boxes. So
Yeah. You have a lot of shoes.
yeah, but I got rid of half of them.
You still have a lot of tennis shoes and
I know,
stuff.
I
And
got-
a lot of clothes. You have a
Yeah.
lot of great clothes.
I did do a really good job.
Yeah.
While I was here in New York, of like stacking a lot of good Alice and Olivia clothes. Like, when we were going through those, I was like, and they're black and white. They're staples. I can take them anywhere. I'm very excited about that. So you also
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you, Stacey. You also got to go to a doctor's appointment with me.
I did. That was so fun.
And I forgot that I had it scheduled. And then when you scheduled your trip, I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Harrison joked it was your Mother's Day present.
Yes, it was my Mother's Day present.
And you brought me a girl mom sweatshirt.
I thought you were going to wear it today.
Really?
Oh, maybe I didn't.
I wore it to the doctor.
Oh, yeah, that was
I
good.
wore it yesterday.
It was cute. It was kind of cheesy, but it was really soft.
No, but it was so cute.
It was cute.
Yeah. And okay, wait. So how does it feel going to the doctor's appointment?
Well, I wanted to ask her about 150 questions, but it was kind of different.
New York doctors are different.
Yeah, she was. I mean, she was a little not stoic, but it's kind of like the wedding planner. They just feed you the information when you need it. Like, don't give you too much ahead of time. That's what Harrison and I were talking about. He said she just kind of gave 3 facts, and that was it, and then you move on. Mm-hmm. But I like to know everything.
She doesn't make you, she's very matter of fact. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't make you paranoid, but she doesn't arm you with info.
No, and maybe that's because some people can only be armed with so much information or they get confused.
She's kind of good for me. Like, I've had to figure out a lot on my own because of that. I read a lot. Like,
but see, that's the thing. You could read a lot when you're pregnant, but you still have to ask your doctor because there's so much information out there now that is not good on the internet. Like, if you're reading books that were like well-founded doctors and stuff, but if you're reading stuff on the internet that somebody said, you have no idea. Or even that app. Like, I still would ask my doctor because, like you said, it was may need extra iron now. That's, you just started into the 2nd trimester.
Right. So it's not yet.
It's not yet. It could be at the end.
Right.
So then she said that, no, we'll test for that the next time.
But you guys, they gave me this anti-nausea medicine, the same stuff that they gave Mom. Mm-hmm. You have this superpower. Something will come out of that woman's mouth, any doctor we go to, and she'll name any medication. You're like, oh yeah, this does, and that's what they gave cancer patients too, right? To help digest their food. And the girl's like, yep. Yeah. And I'm like, how do you know that?
Well, because I ask a lot of questions.
You do, and you remember them. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to test the baby for
spina bifida.
Yeah, and she knew what that was. And
well, I think a lot of people know what that is, Alex.
I never even heard of it. I was just like, okay. And so one thing that I was laughing about is I can't wait for the baby to come out because maybe then I'll get my mom's superpowers that you have, mm-hmm. which is just this ability to clean, or our fridge is organized. I don't even know if you meant to do it.
No.
But you did it. You did it. Like, Harrison throws stuff in there and it's really unorganized and it's not logical. And then I went and opened it and I was like, oh, all the coconut waters are organized.
Oh, and I didn't do that part, did I?
You did it. You didn't know you did it. You just pseudo organize things. And you just clean everything, and you have this mom thing about you.
I don't know. I think people get more done when they have less time. Like, when you all were Mother's Day out, I got a lot more done than when you left for college. Like, now all day, I'm like, don't get as much done. But in those few hours that you were Mother's Day out, I got a ton done.
Is that where you learned it? Like, how did you? Because I'm nervous.
No, because when you guys are little, I've just kind of always been that way. But when you're little, when they have little babies and they only sleep so many hours, you got a lot to do, or you nap, one or the other. So you try to get a lot done and nap, a lot done and nap.
But were you always you don't really nap, I don't think much, but were you always this good at getting stuff done, like your whole life, or did it happen when you had kids?
No, I think it just happened.
Is there a chance I grow into it?
Yeah. I think it definitely. No, when I was younger, I remember Joe's sister came over and showed me how to clean out my closet. She was like, "Good God, woman."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so we can all grow into it because you got it down now. Now you're who we call.
Yeah. But I also think my mom wasn't very organized, so I kind of just had to learn it, and I wanted to.
So maybe I'm screwed because you are very organized.
No, because I think that's what I think. Like, what you're raised with, kind of, is kind of what you can go back to. Like, I think as people, they kind of go away from it when they go to college and come back because you don't want to live in a messy place.
Well, when I was in college, I was very messy and I wouldn't even wash my sheets.
A lot of people, I think, did that in college.
Totally. But now I do. I was talking to Harrison, like, when we move, I do have this standard of, like, how the house should be.
Yeah.
And that's what's driving me crazy right now. It's like, I can't get myself there because I just can't stand up that. Now I think I can because I got my anti-nausea meds.
Yeah.
I might be on fire. You guys better watch out.
But I will tell you that, like, there's people who have to do it anyway. Like, if you feel sick and you don't have medicine and you've got another kid already, you crawl into the kitchen and you make a peanut butter and jelly for their lunch, and that's it. I have a friend who had to do that. She was 3 boys.
There's nobody I have. There are a lot of people I have a lot of respect for, so take this with a grain of salt. But my friends, moms that have a toddler and have a baby in the oven, I am just like, no way. Because it scares me to death.
Why?
Because you have to go take care of the little one.
But you just do.
I know. That's what Dad said too. You just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't wait for that. Well, now Harrison's telling me what I used to say is I want to have one and then just give me 5 years and then we'll have the other one. Now his new thing, let's just pop them out and just rifle them.
It would be easier.
You might as well just put your head down and get through it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's really fun to have the big family, right? Mm-hmm. But the process of getting it.
But 3 years apart's pretty good. That's what you and Michael are. So that gives you 2 school grades.
Shaking his head.
You don't think so? Because then you don't want to have them grade by grade.
Wait, we lose you. Come back over here.
You don't want to be like 1 grade below each other. Because
No.
that makes it difficult, like, especially if it's girls with friends and stuff. If you have 2 girls, like if it's a boy and a girl, it's a little bit different. But still, it's kind of that same friend group because you go above and below.
Yeah, but he's 35.
So,
Well,
doesn't affect him.
true, but I'm 30. So I'm just saying I want to get through them.
I had you when I was 30.
Yeah, true. Okay, so my next,
I mean, you could still get through them and have them 2.5 years apart.
yeah, that's true, and that's still getting through them because your body, like you have them and then you bounce back a little bit,
Yeah.
and then you have another one. So people were joking on like this. I want to gauge your level of excitement about being a grandma. Besides the fact that you look like you're 40, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
A lot of people on Instagram were like, "She's aging backwards."
Yeah.
You are,
Uh-huh.
or you're not aging. How about that?
That's good.
You've paused the aging.
Pause the aging.
Good genes for me to have. So whenever we posted that we were having a baby, a lot of people were like, "Congratulations, you two," but mainly congratulations to Kim. Are you so excited?
I'm so excited, yeah.
You have your crib set up.
I have my crib set up. I'm working on baby rockers and all that in your room, yeah.
She's not ironically. Oh, this happens to me sometimes lately.
No, one of your friends DM'd me and was like, I can't wait to see what you do. My mom redid my whole room and put bunk beds in there in the baby room and all that. And I was kind of like, but you live in the same city. I can't do that in yours because you have to have a place to sleep.
Yeah, true. I still need my bed. But you have your peanut changer.
Yeah.
You have your crib sheets. You're testing things.
And the crib and the chair we're ordering.
What chair are you ordering?
The rocking chair with the push the button that makes it go back and all that.
Yeah, you're a little ahead of me there. I always said, so my best friend Claire is 2 weeks ahead of me. And I called her voice noted her, I wouldn't call her. And I said, I think we might be geniuses because here's what we're doing, right? We got pregnant in January and we have to make it through the summer, that's all. But then the baby comes in September, so we get to take it home for the holidays.
Yeah.
And then we get to bounce back by next summer.
Yeah, that's true.
And then she called me the other day and she was like, "We're idiots. It's going to be so hot and we're going to be huge." And I was like, we are idiots. When's the best time to have a baby? I don't know. When's the best time to get pregnant?
But I have to say, I love a September birthday.
Yeah, but you finally get a buddy.
Yeah, but I mean, a September birthday is awesome because it's like not the summer when everyone's doing anything. It's not the holidays. It's like it used to be right when school started. It'd be kind of blah and ick, and then I'd have my birthday.
Yeah, and that's fun because your birthday when you're young is everything. Yeah. Okay, so people want to know if when we told you at the lunch in Washington, D.C., her face getting really wide-eyed, was my delivery really as bad as I said it was?
It was really bad.
Oh,
First of all, you said, I'm going to film this. And I had no idea what you were going to say. I mean, we really thought you were just going to say you were engaged. And then when you said that, and I do think on your podcast when you said, you could have been Tom Brady and said it, and it would have it would have still not worked, and that's the damn truth. I probably would have backhanded him.
I could have been like, me and Jesus Christ have decided to have a baby. You'd be like, what? You can do wrong.
No, it was just I just met Harrison the night before.
The literal night before.
Yeah, so then I was just like, what the hell?
You couldn't even process what I was saying because
Me and Michael couldn't. He couldn't either, and neither could Kristen. We were all like, is this a joke? I don't know. She's filming me. I don't know.
And Dad, and then you looked over at Dad and he's like, no, she really is.
Yeah.
And then you were just like, you know.
Yeah. I was really mad.
But then
then I got over it and I was really happy.
Oh, and then you started.
After we had a knockdown drag out that night.
Yeah, you were. And
You could have pulled me aside. I think Harrison said, pull her aside and tell her. You could have done that.
No, he told me multiple times.
Yeah.
Remember, your mom he's like, I got my pulse on your mom. She's identical to my mom. The way to handle this is pull her aside and tell her.
Uh-huh.
And I thought, no, I think the way to handle it is
To
at
film
lunch.
it. Just let's film it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Boys, we can have it in our memory forever. Her going, what the hell?
Yeah. And we were in this restaurant, seated in the middle.
Thank God we were the only ones in there. I probably dropped the F-bomb.
Only ones in there. And then afterwards, the owner comes over and he's like, I just love you two. And I was like, were you listening? And he's like, no. And I was like, good. Because yikes.
Yeah, about 3/4 of the way through, Kristen's like, is this a joke? We were all still going, we're waiting for the punchline. And
I was
there wasn't one.
Oh, and Dad's just over
But
there
I think you
smiling.
were still spinning too.
Well, I had found out only, 48 hours ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, and just the way you feel when you first find out, you're just kind of dizzy and woozy and weird. Like your body, you go, I'm way out of sorts.
I didn't feel like myself. And that's why when Harrison said, maybe we wait and we don't tell them, I was like, I can't because I just feel really weird.
Yeah.
And I did. I just felt icky and I was so tired.
Well, you probably needed to tell somebody because you had to, like, process it yourself.
Yeah, which was kind of crazy.
Which even if you're married and planning, you still have to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like just because of the situation you were in, you weren't. Even when you're married and you're like planning it, you go, it's just kind of like surreal a little, I guess.
Yeah, and it became, so we went yesterday, so fast forward to now, we went yesterday to try strollers. And it kind of became a little bit more like real to me. Like it was kind of flashing in front of my face, and I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to put somebody in that.
Yeah. I know. I remember being kind of towards the end thinking, oh my God, there's no way out of this. Like, I have to go through labor. What have I done to myself? And I told my brother-in-law that. I go, oh my God, we're going to like go in and come out completely different. Like, we're going to have this thing forever. And he was like, that's the point of having a kid. And I'm like, oh my God.
No, I know.
It's pretty scary.
The two things.
But it's very exciting.
Yeah, but the two things that scare me the most are one, the actual birth itself. And then number two, this breastfeeding thing. All my friends keep telling me, like, get the nipple cream because they're going to be dry. And I'm just like,
I never had any of that.
ew.
But you know what? I think, did you read that book I gave you or did you lose it?
What book?
Your Child's Self-Esteem.
I have it by my bedside table. I haven't read it yet.
Oh, read it while you're pregnant because it applies to forever, but it kind of helps you set up your mind, like how things are going to go. But it's also little things like, I was going to tell you that because like at first you were talking about you're going to have help and all that. So when you're nursing or giving a bottle, and that goes for Harrison too, it's the eye contact like all the time. So
with the baby?
Yeah, because that's the only way they bond.
Maybe that's why I'm so good at making eye contact.
Probably.
I've been doing it for 30 actual years.
Yeah, you have. But it's that it like they have to bond. That's who they bond with is the one that's doing all the eye contact and stuff.
Oh, Harrison, I'm going to be making just
So
that. Is that their
the
favorite?
whole time they drink and stuff and have milk, they're looking at you
Oh, and they make that. Oh,
because they're just madly in love with you.
the baby's madly in love with you.
Yeah, because you're it.
Oh.
Like they look at you for everything. Like you're its world. You are its world. So you have to like. That's what I was saying. So my generation didn't have night nurses and stuff too much. That maybe some people did, but that's why I was kind of like. Sometimes they want you to, if the baby needs more milk, they want you to pump and they feed him the bottle in the middle of the night and stuff. That's why I was kind of like, I couldn't do that.
Oh, maybe I can't.
You
I don't
might
know.
be able to.
Somebody here. I'll
But
say,
I didn't work.
Right, and I'll say, I was gonna say, we are.
But you could take 6 weeks off and not work.
Totally, and I could also do like I come to work at noon.
Yeah, but you
Type
could
thing.
have someone guide you with the whatever they do that training to make them sleep now. I don't know.
Well, I will say this. Somebody messaged me and she was like, listen, everybody gets to pick what they want to do.
Yeah.
And she was like, I didn't work, but my favorite time of raising my babies was the middle of the night, bonding, feeding them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, and I'm just like crying. And I was like, I got to rethink everything. So I would like to restate that I have no idea.
Yeah, but I liked what one of your friends said. They did it a couple of nights,
Yeah.
a
and
week or whatever, and that helped them get on this. And you learn from them.
And she worked,
Yeah.
so she did get to sleep some, and then she did get, because when the night nurse leaves, you don't want to be like, oh my God, I have no idea what to do.
Yeah, so you learn from them. And that's good.
Yeah, and so maybe it's a middle ground of that.
Yeah.
But we're just trying to figure out everything, right?
It's really hard to figure it out when you don't have one
Yeah.
because you don't know.
I don't know. And I do try to ask, like when I built my registry, like I just tried to ask everybody as many questions as possible.
Yeah. And
Because
that's the same thing when you go to the doctor, though. Like, you should have been messaging your doctor that you didn't feel good at all, that you've been in bed.
I thought that was just so normal.
Well, it was for me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, they still could give you something.
Yeah, I didn't think that was like an option though.
Yeah.
I thought like there was the flu type sick.
Yeah.
Or like seasick, and then this is just one of those things you have to get through. But then turns out that's not the case at all, which is great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some people, that medicine doesn't work. So then they are just like that the whole time.
Maybe it's a placebo, but for me so far.
Yeah, no, I think for some people it does work really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First 12 minutes, good.
But I'm just saying everybody's all over the place with that.
So I shared my worst parenting fail, which was me going to the pediatrician not the OBGYN, which people reposted to their stories. Like, I can't see it. Some people, like, people think when they repost these clips to their stories that I'm not going to see what they post. And some people were like, oh, Alicia didn't do this, or I'd feel like such an idiot. And I would respond to them all and be like, I'm right here. And they'd be like, oh my God, I'm cracking up. And I was like, same. And so do you know your worst parenting fail?
It was a long time ago if I made one. I don't know. You guys would probably know what my worst parenting fail was. I don't know.
Wait. So I did post this actually on my story, and I said, what are your worst parenting fails? And a lot of people, oh my God, some of them were really funny. Wait, I screenshotted some of them. Okay. Gave our babysitter a massage with my vibrator.
Oh my God.
Some multiple people said ask like about the time that because I know this person, ask X about the time I packed a seltzer in her lunch and she drank it, and the school called and was like, she just drank a hard seltzer. Yes. Yeah, but found my lube and was using it as hand sanitizer at school, passing it out to the friends. Yeah,
that is hysterical. How old are these kids?
I don't know how old these are. I mean, this is like, there were so many. A lot of people said this one, though, cannot for the life of me remember my kid's birthday when asked. Like, they don't know their kid's birthday.
Oh. Mine was pretty easy.
Your birthday?
No, yours.
Oh, because it was Dad's.
Yeah, and then Michael's is like 5th. It's pretty easy.
My baby was a week old. I forgot to put a diaper back on her in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's funny.
Underwear stuck to daycare sheets for nap time. A lot of that. A lot of people took... My 7-year-old ate one of my melatonin gummies before school and fell asleep there. Those are the only ones I screenshotted, but they were so funny.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty good. I can't remember what mine would have been.
No, there was one of I guess when you leave, she named the baby and then forgot what she named it. So she had to go through the whole hospital registry before she left. Yeah, that one was funny.
Oh my gosh. Because she had so many names picked out and she didn't know what she settled on?
Probably didn't remember which one she chose.
Maybe she had a C-section and she was on pain medicine. We'll give her that.
Yeah, but I was like, I could do any of these.
Yeah.
You just have to have a sense of humor, I think.
Yeah, you do have to have a sense of humor. Because you're going to make it fail somehow, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know to tell you what mine was.
You never, left us at school.
No, because I was so paranoid because I got left all the time.
Yeah, you didn't. It was like you were rewriting.
I was always the last kid to leave.
Oh my gosh.
Like they would shut the doors and the owner of the dance studio would be standing outside waiting for Mom with me, and I'd be so embarrassed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really. I don't think we never left without lunch even.
I think the only thing I ever did was one time you were at was it volleyball or a cheer tryout? I think it was a volleyball something at school, and I had to throw up in the parking lot because I had a hangover. It was on a Saturday, so I had to go back out and throw up in the parking lot and then come back in. It was awful.
Really?
Yeah.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of, but it's not a parenting fail, it's just the fail burnt into my head, is when we were hosting somebody's wedding shower at our house.
Yeah, that was a fail. But it was probably because you and Michael did it. It was one of you did it.
And she was so sweet. She just came over and she said, let me talk to you in the laundry room. And I remember I came with you and she had her plate and she said, I found these in my salad and pulled out toenail clippers. And I just remember being like, oh, and you were like, I'm mortified. I'm mortified.
That was because I was in there making the salad and one of you all came in. I don't remember if it was you or Michael, and must have set him down on the cabinet right where I was making the salad. God.
I just remember thinking, you said, I know I had my kids involved in the salad making. And I was like, wow. But she just was like, toenail clip.
Yeah. I bet she didn't eat anything else the rest of the night.
She probably went home and threw up.
I bet she did.
And looked around.
She's probably told that story a lot too.
Yeah. She's like, oh, that Kim Hodges.
Yeah.
And then the only other one I can think of, I can't even.
You probably wouldn't be able to think of the ones I did because you wouldn't even have noticed probably.
No, and I wouldn't have. I just remember as a little kid being embarrassed. Like one time I went up to the wrong guy and thought it was dad and was like crying in his lap. And then I like looked up and it wasn't him. And I just remember I was mortified.
You're not the only one that did that. I remember being tackled by a boy because it was Eric Johnson. He thought I was Valerie. And he came up behind me and just like knocked me all the way over. And then he looked up and he was like, oh, there's Mom.
And they don't say anything to you. So you're just.
I'm just like, wow, that was fun.
Stuck on the floor. Yeah, little kids get. Okay, well, I do have a question for you, though, because I remember, I feel like birthday parties are, like, so extravagant these days for little kids, and they're fun. They're so cute. But I feel like the only birthday party I remember, and it was just the best birthday. I don't remember how old I was, but I had a tea party. And you brought out a bunch of costumes for my friends to put on, and we all got dressed up in tea party outfits.
That was fun.
How old was that?
You were pretty little. I don't know. You started dressing up, and then you could start walking, I think.
I probably did, yeah.
I mean, I bet it was probably year 5th, maybe.
How did you think about, like, approaching birthday parties and stuff? Were you...
I kind of learned with Michael, because on his 3rd birthday, he wanted Barney. It was like and then we invited the whole class, and they all came because we had Barney. And it was raining outside. It was terrible. And I was like, and Barney came for 5 minutes. And I was so mad. I was like, we were all waiting for Barney. It was raining. We had to bring everyone inside and makeshift everything. And it was just a nightmare. And I was like, I don't know if they remembered it, but I was kind of like, that was not worth it.
Oh, so all the kids came because you were going to have Barney there. And they wanted...
Barney was a big deal.
Yeah.
The whole class came, yeah.
What'd you learn, though?
Probably didn't need to do that. Like, it probably would have been a lot more fun. Maybe they all had fun, but I was just wiped out.
Because you had to then take care of all the kids.
Actually, he was probably 3. I was pregnant with you, so he was only 3. Yeah, a 3-year-old birthday with Barney, with all the Mother's Day out kids that were there.
Wow.
Or he was doing the 3-day class, 3-year-old class or whatever.
I mean, I don't even really have a pulse on when...
So I tried to keep him smaller.
The birthday parties.
Yeah, after that.
Well, but this day, I think what used to happen is parents would drop the kids off. But...
Well, they all had to come for this one, which was good because it rained and I needed help getting everything inside and all that kind of stuff. But I think I think there's just a happy medium, like going over the tops kind of, they don't know what to expect. Like nowadays, you guys have so much more, those balloon things that everyone does and all that. Like we didn't do any of that.
Yeah, but it's so cute, but I know. But the first birthday party, I feel like it's more for the parents anyways.
It is.
It's like, and then the parents stay and everyone, like it's a fun party for the mom and dad, which I think is cute.
But it's a lot of work too. I mean, like you could just do family and have the same effect.
Oh, I'm definitely going to, I know, I can't decide.
I always think it like one of your friends has all her parents' friends come too, and I think it's fun for everyone to get to see.
Well, that's a blast for the parents' friends, like you too.
Because we get to see all the kids.
And you love it.
Yeah, we love it.
You love, I know what birthday party you're talking about. You love that birthday party. I would love to invite parents' friends. I used to always say, like I was the worst. I never bought any of my friends' baby gifts.
I know. You probably learn.
And then I got pregnant and I was like, where's everyone? I just want to study people's registry. I just want to buy them gifts. I want to send them to them. I want to have baby showers. I want to have birthday parties. It's just like I got hit with baby fever out of nowhere. Like I care what I want to go test the strollers.
Yeah. I
only have 2 baby presents from you. And they're the only 2 baby gifts I have. And I sleep with them every night.
I know, that's so sweet.
Yeah, I'm just obsessed with them. And I'm just like, what is happening? I never thought.
Yeah.
And then it's just like baby fever.
It's probably good you're busy doing all your stuff, though, because if you get the baby nursery all set up too soon, then it feels like it takes forever for them to get here.
Oh, I'm not going to have that problem. I don't even know where I live.
I know.
I'm like, nobody send me.
But you're busy pretty much to the end.
Oh, yeah. It actually works out really well because we're going to travel. We're going to travel for a stint, and then I'm pretty much going to be back, and it's like I can't travel. So that's when I want to really set up the nursery.
Yeah, and you'll start nesting where you're like cleaning out every drawer, but see, you'll be moving in, so it'll be easy.
It'll be, yeah.
You'll be organizing everything.
Yeah, exactly. So I really have to just, and working.
Which will be interesting to see.
Me cleaning?
You cleaning and organizing.
Yeah, it'll be in general.
Yeah.
I know, and I really want to be methodical about it. I don't want too many toys, not too many clothes.
I wouldn't worry about the toy thing. That's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, people just give them to you.
Yeah, but they're just hard to get rid of because they play with them, and then you got to move on to the next one. So you got to kind of purge and go, purge and go, purge and go.
Do you think that you'll be helping me a lot?
Well, I hope.
I hope, wherever I move, Michael and I text, maybe mom and dad will live there too.
Yeah, you probably don't want me to live there, but it'd be
Nearby.
nice if we both moved home. That'd be nice.
No.
Yeah.
You need to move out.
Joe's not leaving.
He might for a grandkid. If there's one thing that's going to get that man to leave.
He's got to be able to play golf with his friends.
For him, no, there's one thing that can trump all of his loves of golf and his friends and all that.
His
and
grandkids.
That's the one thing.
Yeah, that's right.
He's wanted forever.
So you're going to be in one place, Michael's in one place, and Joe's in one place, and his parents are in one place.
Yeah.
So, and keeping your kids close to your family is huge. That's a lot of work.
Well, luckily our holidays are not overlapping. Like, you should have wanted me to end up with a Jewish person because they don't celebrate. Oh, no, a Canadian Jewish person is a slam dunk.
It is.
'Cause you got rid of Thanksgiving.
We don't have the 4th of July or anything.
You got 4th of July. You got Thanksgiving. Because I never dawned on me they weren't doing that up there. And then Christmas.
Yeah. Except for Hanukkah's like right around Christmas.
And Easter.
Yeah.
So if that couldn't have stacked up better. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, look at her wheels turning over there. She's like, that is
No,
good.
I was thinking about that. But then then you got to go, how are you going to raise your kids?
She's like, I don't even
Both?
care if he rose or not. I love Judaism. How are we going to raise our kids? Both.
Both.
Yeah, this is what I'm most excited about. Because, so the main difference is the he is risen part. Between Judaism and Christianity. I'm great with that. So, but the principles, like the morals and the principles are the same. And I love religion. Like, you got to believe in something, I think, in a spirit, a higher power. And both of them have that. And so I think the kid has a bat mitzvah. Which one's for the girl? Bat mitzvah. I think that's
What's for the boy?
bar.
Oh.
Ba.
Bar is boy, bat is girl.
Bar is boy, bat is girl. So then you guys come. Like, I think it's great to practice all of it.
You think it's going to be a little confusing?
No, we will just the kid will explain it.
Oh, okay.
And they'll know. They'll be like, Mom does this, Dad does this, and I do both.
Okay.
And I think it's great. It's like, no?
I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
Well, can you imagine if I gave them both religions and said, pick? What if you'd be devastated, as would his family. That's not fair.
No, I know. But it's going to be like, Dad doesn't believe in this, Mom believes in that. So they will get to pick. That's right. I don't think you guys are the only ones doing it.
No, Judaism and Christianity are very similar, I think, from what I've read about. There's one main difference.
You should have a big talk with Rob because he did both.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people do both, and I think the foundation of them is the same. I think morally, in that's what I'm good with, right? And so I think it'll be exciting. Like, I'm very excited about it, and I want to do Seder.
What's that?
That's the Near Easter one.
For Passover.
For
Passover.
Passover. Yeah, Passover. I love all that, and so we're gonna do both. And
Joe plays golf on Good Friday. So what do you all do on Good Friday? Oh, what do you do on Good Friday?
Me?
No, him.
What do you do on Good Friday?
I'll play golf with Joe if he ever invites me.
Yeah, there we go. See, everyone's down to
Okay.
cross over the line. I think
Uh-huh.
we can have a lot of fun with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So how are you going to see your like when Michael has kids? You guys have to really make an effort to have close cousins.
Except for every holiday, we will be
Why
there.
you can't just be holidays though?
I know, but how nice is it to
That
have
is nice.
to have guaranteed?
That's very nice.
You getting Easter,
Yeah.
July 4th, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
No, I'm pretty pumped about all that.
Only can happen if it's a Canadian Jewish boy. It's perfect.
Yeah, except you're going to be in Vancouver probably for summers.
Got my shirt on. Yeah,
Yeah.
Whistler in the summer for sure. We have to split
That's
time.
the 4th of July.
And
And everyone's birthdays. What are you going to do?
well, you might have to miss those because we got to do even time. And here's the thing: one thing we got to give.
You're
it
going to miss your dad and brother's birthday every year?
and my birthday. It's also my birthday.
Well, you're going to be with people celebrating your birthday.
Mom, you have got to share.
I know.
Not a good sharer. And we're going to do equal time with families. Do you hear me? Equal.
I hear you.
Equal. But
Does that mean that they don't get to have any time with Michael's kids in the summertime?
Mom, one thing that Harrison made very clear at the beginning, which you have, he's not listening. One thing that Harrison made very clear at the beginning in DC when everything erupted was that he prioritizes not just his family, but my family for me.
And he only said that after he saw us erupt.
But guess what he didn't do when he saw us erupt? He didn't say we're leaving.
I know.
He said different. In fact, everyone's staying until
Yeah.
we solve it.
That was good.
And
He did handle that very well.
he made Kim and Joe miss their flight and come back and everyone have a sit down talk.
Yeah.
And he had only known us for you guys for 48 hours. And from what he could tell, everyone was psycho.
Is that what he said?
No.
Oh.
And he still said, family's family. So if he'll prioritize you at your worst, he'll probably be pretty good at your best.
Okay. That's very good. He did handle it all very well.
He did, because nobody else was.
No, they weren't.
Everyone lost their minds.
Yes.
So what would be your advice to me? If you have any advice to me and all expecting mothers or new moms?
I think mostly it's you're their world. You really have to be there. Like everything you do doesn't, like you can't go, oh, I've got to go do this. That's more important. Nothing's more important.
Than raising the baby.
Yeah, nothing's more important. Even when they get older, like a lot of, like I kind of did this, but I had somebody tell me in it when you guys were young. I think I was doing junior league stuff, and it was somebody that I had known. They were older than me. But she said, just in passing, oh, there's something I did that was a big mistake that I'll tell you. She said, I volunteered for everything, like homeroom mom, this, that, always at the church, always here. And it took away from a lot of my time. And it wasn't like I was being paid. It wasn't like a job, but it was still away from my kids a lot. And it took away from sometimes if you're the homeroom mom, you don't get to hang out with the kid as much because you're busy doing all these other things. So you have to do some because everybody kind of has to pitch in, but not overdoing it.
Oh, because where you might think it's a star to be a gold star to be the homeroom mom.
When you think you're helping your kid out, you are. The homeroom mom needs to be a good homeroom mom. But if you're going to do homeroom mom, don't go do the PTO and the church and the this and the that and your junior league or whatever.
Right.
Or for you to be like, you're working, so maybe you don't take on as big a role or whatever.
Right. So then
you're involved.
Yeah.
Because you have to be involved in everything that goes on at school so you'll know what's going on because your kid's not going to tell you.
Right. Yeah. You did it. And what do you think about, you got to give me one more piece of advice.
Well, even when they're little, like even in Mother's Day out and stuff, you have to get, you have to know everyone at the school. You just do.
So being really involved in every aspect.
Yeah.
And getting in there, not being because sometimes I think that you could be I'm the chill mom, but it's you can still be chill, get your butt in there and know them. Mm-hmm. One thing you always said to me was that you weren't my friend, you were my mom. Mm-hmm. I always loved that you said that. Because I always think about this baby and I'm it's not a little bestie.
No.
It's a baby that I have to raise.
Yeah.
The roof is not my child, but I will raise it. It's been one of my favorite sayings for a while.
The roof is not my child.
Raise the roof, it's a joke.
Yeah.
But it's you have to raise the baby, and you're not raising a little friend for you. You're really raising a child that has to go on to exist in society.
Yeah, a contributing adult.
Yeah, a contributing adult. Mm-hmm. I also think that's important with names.
But most importantly, you want them to be secure.
Yes. Yeah, you want them to have
self-esteem and be secure in themselves.
One thing you always told me too was you don't cut your kid's haircut for you to think it's cool.
Right.
Because then if you put a really cool, stylish haircut on your kid, thinking it's a reflection of you and you're a cool parent, then that kid goes to school and they don't feel a part of the class and they don't feel themselves, so they actually end up feeling kind of insecure.
They don't have their own identity. I don't know if I told you that or not, but it is true.
Yeah, you said they want to fit in at that age.
Yeah, there's a time where you go, they want to fit in and they kind of need to because that's sort of what they go through. And so it's not oh my God, I got to let them be the one that's completely different because that way they'll have their own identity. That's not how kids operate.
They didn't choose that early on.
Right.
When they go to high school and they want to express themselves and things like that, that's
maybe
different.
Even college they may know more. But you do you have your peers and you want to be able, you need to belong at certain points. Now you don't want to go with the flow.
Right.
But you need to know that you fit in and that you're part of the group kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you still have to have your own identity, which I feel like you guys always did that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other
But I mean,
things.
also, so there's even my closest friends sometimes would make comments later, well, you did this. I can't believe you ever did that. And you're kind of you cannot raise your kid. I wanted to go, well, you did this. And I thought that was so asinine. Don't ever say those kind of things to each other. There's no need to ever say it. Even later on, you go, you raise your kid how you want to.
Yes.
I did get advice from friends, though, sometimes that had older kids and then had a kid my age. Sometimes they'd say, sometimes if you say this, it helps or whatever. And you listen to that. That's always good advice. But when you're both trying to figure it out, you can help each other back and forth. I tried this or I tried that. But you can't, when it comes to potty training or when it comes to doing all those kind of things, people do things really different.
I had a friend say, should you choose to breastfeed, I loved this. And it made me not.
Oh, that's nice.
It was really sweet of her, and it made me not feel like I have to.
No.
And then I actually felt like I could talk to her about whether or not I wanted to.
Yeah, that was good.
And it's not this is right, this is wrong.
Yeah.
It's just very this is what worked for me, but you pick what works for you. Mm-hmm. And those are the because I feel like with social media sometimes a lot of people feel like they can tell you things. Like,
Oh yeah, because
know-
they don't know you really.
right. And it's like, no, I chose to put it out there. Okay. But that doesn't necessarily mean you can take it or leave it.
Yeah, might not be good for you, but it's good for me.
Yeah. And it works for me. And so I think I think you have to have, and there's going to be people that tell you that's wrong or right. And you just have to smile and kind of say, okay, I'm not going to do that back.
I'd say it's different with every kid. Sometimes they'll go, "Oh my God, you have to only give them milk till they're, or the bottle, or breastfeed them till they're 6 months old. No solid food, no nothing." And then some kids are so hungry they kind of have to have a little bit of stuff in their milk. And then you're like, "Oh no, they're going to be fat." Like that whole thing, like that's going to be constant their whole life.
Right. People always saying that one thing will equal another. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's not that black and white.
Yeah,
Um,
and each kid's different.
right.
I mean, yours will be different.
Literally everyone is different. Yeah.
I will say that was the hardest thing, like having a boy and then a girl, like having the opposite sex. I was kind of like, wow, Alex is a lot different than Michael. But you don't think about it till they're there. Kind of, you're like, this is different.
Oh, I'm sure.
You thought each baby would be exactly the same, but you're just kind of relearning again.
Well, one of my friends told me that their boy peed in their eyes on the airplane. And I'm like, you couldn't do that if you were a girl. Literally different.
Well, I don't mean it like that.
But it's like, you
That's
never
nice.
know. I know. Yeah.
That will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
It will totally happen. Not with the first one because she's a girl. But I think, what was I going to say? Crap. I don't know. I lost it. I literally lost it.
About every kid doing something different and raising him differently.
Oh, yeah. It would be like us as we're older thinking, if we all ate the same thing, it would work the same. It's
That's
like,
true.
there's literally no way. We're all different. You have to find out what works for you. So babies are probably the same.
Yeah.
Well, Mom, thank you.
Thank you for having me on here.
Thank you for coming. I know you leave in like 5 hours, so we're going to go back and do our finishing touches.
Yes.
I'm
We're going to go eat first. I'm starving.
Yeah, we'll get you food. I always say love you to the people, so we'll say it.
Love you to the people.
Yeah, say love you guys.
Love you guys.
Thanks for listening. Okay, guys, thanks for listening to another episode of Just Alex, powered by Just Media House. If you enjoyed the show, which I think you did because you made it this far, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, rate, and review. All of those things are so important. Stay connected on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook at Just Alex Pod. Post-production by Creative Evolution Studios. Theme song to the Just Alex Pod by Gideon Shawkin and Denisha. I'm Just Alex, you're just you. Let's keep doing this thing. New episodes every Thursday.